Hello, children. Today we are going to go to our books on pages number 16 and 17, and we are going to do a reading activity. Okay, in this reading and also listening activity, we are going to read about a reality show. Okay, in this reality show, we have some kids, okay, that are going to live in an American West way of living. Okay, they are going to live in the past, in the 19th century. So, this reading activity is called Pioneer School. Okay, Pioneer School. Pioneer means pioneros, and pioneros were the people that traveled to the American West to live there, okay, when nobody else did. Pioneers used to live in the American West, okay, and they traveled long, long ways and they had a very difficult life there. So, in this reading and listening activity, we are going to read about this, okay? It says, for the children of the pioneers who traveled to American West in the 19th century, school life used to be very different. How? On Pioneer School, some brave American teenagers travel back in time to find out. Okay, so these children, okay, Sophia Mason, okay, they are giving an interview. Okay, and in this interview, they are talking about this reality show and how was the experience they had. Okay, so first we are going to listen and also read.
Unit 1. Skills. Reading. Page 16. Exercise 1.
TV News, Pioneer School. For the children of the pioneers who traveled to the American West in the 19th century, school life used to be very different. How? On Pioneer School, some brave American teenagers travel back in time to find out. Pioneer School is a brand new reality TV show which will broadcast next year. It features a group of typical high school students who attend an 1890s style American pioneer school for a month. On the show, the students can't wear modern clothes and they aren't allowed to use modern technology. Many find it a challenge. Exclusive preview. We interviewed Sophia, 14, and Mason, 15, two of the participants. They told us about their experiences.
Some students hated the clothes, but not having my cell phone was the hardest thing for me. On the show, we weren't allowed to use phones and we couldn't use computers, even for doing homework. I got bad grades for my English and history essays because my handwriting is terrible. I liked some of the other lessons, though. Sometimes girls and boys studied different things. While the boys did woodwork, we learned how to cook. That was kind of fun. I didn't used to cook at home, but now I'm allowed to make dinner sometimes, which is cool.
Students today are lucky. The pioneer schools used to have just one classroom with a stove at the front. The students at the back probably used to feel cold in winter. On the show, we were allowed to travel to the school by bus or car, but pioneer students often used to walk for many kilometers. Some students rode horses to school. I'd like to do that, but I don't think it's allowed now. I learned a lot from the show, and history is now my favorite subject. Afterwards, I did a class project about pioneer life and gave a presentation, dressed in my clothes from the show. I got my best grade ever.
You might also like Frontier House, PBS, 2002. Summary. Three families spend 6 months living like American pioneers in Montana. Their lives change in ways they'd never expected.
Okay, now we are going to take a look at the activities we are going to do with this, okay? So in the first one, it says here, read and listen to the TV guide, then complete the summary. Summary means a short version, Okay, it's like a resumen. Okay, so it says here, Pioneer School is a reality TV show about pioneer life in the American in the end are two teenagers who go to Pioneer School for they report their experiences for the article in 2002. There was a similar show about from tea life called okay. Now, reading this, you will have all the answers here. And then we have in number 2, read the TV guide again, answer the questions. Okay, these are comprehension questions. Number 1, when can we see the show? Number 2, what was the most difficult thing for Sophia? Number 3, what subjects didn't Sophia do well in? Number 4, what did Sophia learn to do on the show? Number 5, according to Mason, where was the warmest place to sit at the Pioneer School? Number 6, what can't Mason do at his school that he'd like to try? Number 7, what did Mason wear for his history presentation? Okay, now before you answer this and this, we are going to pay attention to the text, okay? And we are going to highlight some important structures that we learned during this unit, okay? So if we start reading here, it says Pioneer School is a brand new reality TV show which will broadcast next year. It features a group of typical high school students who attend in 1890s style American Pioneer School for a month. On the show, the students can't wear modern clothes and they aren't allowed to use modern technology. Exclusive preview. We interviewed Sophia, 14, and Mason, 15, two of the participants. They told us about their experiences. Some students hated the clothes, but not having my cell phone was the harder thing to me. On the show, we weren't allowed to use phones, and we couldn't use computers. Okay, now during this class, we are going to underline these important structures and do the activities we have here in number 1 and number 2. Okay, now we are going to take a little pause to work on activities number 1 and 2. Okay, kids, now in activity number 3, we are going to listen to Elaine Green is a historian. Listen to her talking about what life was like for pioneers in the American West. Then choose the correct answer. Okay, this person is a historian and she's gonna give us real information about the pioneers' life, okay, in the United States. Now we are going to circle or underline or highlight one of the options, okay, in each of the sentences. You have here by boat and train with wagons and horses, one room, 5 rooms, once a month, about twice a year, used to have a lot of, didn't used to have much, singing or reading. Okay, we are going to listen to this once and then we correct.
Unit 1. Skills. Listening. Page 17. Exercise 3.
Good afternoon, Elaine. Thanks for being here. Now, why did people travel to the American West at the end of the 19th century?
Well, in 1862, the U.S. government offered free land in the West to U.S. citizens. Thousands of people, including single women Ex slaves and immigrants traveled to the frontier to get a piece of land.
How did they travel there?
Modes of transportation used to be more limited than today. There weren't cars, of course, but there were boats and trains. These were expensive for most travelers, however, and the majority of people traveled in wagons with horses.
What were the pioneers' houses like?
They used to be very simple and very small. They usually only had one room, which was a kitchen, a dining room, a living room, a workroom, and a bedroom.
What kinds of food did the pioneers used to eat?
Well, anything that they could catch or grow. Every frontier family had a vegetable garden, and of course, they had to buy some things, but they only did the grocery shopping about twice a year.
What did they do for entertainment?
Not very much, because they had a lot of work to do. They used to love reading, though, and they read anything that they could find. Storytelling was also popular, especially on cold winter nights.
Okay, kids, now you are going to continue with the class and working on these two pages. Okay, so today you are supposed to do activities 1, 2, and 3. Bye bye.